We can add Colorado to a list of many teams that are having games postponed because COVID is just hitting everyone over the head like a 2x4 in a horror film. You can talk about head coach of the Buffalo Sabres, Ralph Kruger, there. And in that scenario, guys, and for the sake of this argument, let's say that the Olympics happen. Is there a reality? Because if they don't happen, I'm pretty sure we can have a 56 game season. I don't even think that's a question. But if they do happen, and there is still that July deadline for the NHL, do we have a real reality here of having a 50 game season for every single team with the way everything's going?
I think it's going to be on a division basis because they're only playing their own division. I don't think it matters if the North Division plays 56 games and the East Division plays 48 because of COVID. I think the players are going to complain, obviously, like rightfully so, right? Like what, they're playing 56 games and we're playing 48 or right, whatever the case is. I think they're going to complain, but I feel like, it can be done. Like, I think it's going to be on a division by division basis because how do you explain to Sportsnet in Canada that you're taking off, you're removing, or TSN, you're removing games from North Division schedule, from the North team's schedule, despite them having no issues with COVID? Hopefully that's the case, knock on wood. Right. I knocked on the table.
Have you knocked on any wood there, Daniel? Do you have a desk or something? Well, if that happens, it's all Daniel's fault.
I knocked.
View on this, Dan.
Find the studs in the wall. Just knock on the wall.
But yeah, it's going to be interesting because this is a weird argument for me, because if you asked me this as a kid, I'm like, yeah, for sure, the Olympics, like that's one of the biggest things for hockey, in my opinion. And now I just kind of wonder.
Ones, by the way,
pardon?
The summer ones, the ones this summer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. My apologies. Because I was thinking of like next. No. But yeah. It's still that possibility that is whether or not the summer ones are going to happen, because Japan right now are kind of like not giving a full answer about what they're going to actually do. And given the amount of sports and like the ones that they have to do, like, I don't know how you would do like a hybrid bubble in a way for that. Like, you ask everyone to come in like 2 months before, but the way that might affect the NHL is, I don't know. It's just, again, it's a weird predicament. I think this has been the theme of the episode so far, has been the money, has been whether or not this thing's going to air. And I personally like would have to go on that side of, I don't want games to be canceled. I don't want games to be, completely erased, because I know with the NBA, what they're doing is, and they're making jokes about it because it's going to happen, where like there were some games that were postponed and they had like those ones, they were the back-to-backs, that you're going to see like 3 straight games of the same team, to finish off the season. And I don't know, maybe at that point where there'll be those games that won't really determine a playoff spot or anything. There'll be those games where, and this happens a lot in baseball, you're just going to see the taxi squad play a whole bunch of games because you're just prepping for the playoffs. So like maybe that will be another solution. Well, they'll still finish off the games that have been postponed, but you'll see a lot more AHL like taxi squad faces.
I wonder, imagine that the North Division sort of gets hit here, and it's the last spot is between Calgary and Edmonton. And let's just say a bunch of their games get delayed. And it's a 3-game Battle of Alberta to make up the end of the season. And just how fun that would be.
It would be the most watched hockey game.
Yeah.
NHL game. NHL game. Not
that, or it's San Jose, Arizona fighting for oh dear. Oh man.
Arizona somehow comes back to find its way through the playoffs again.
It'll definitely be interesting to see how they deal with it. And just to point out, please don't try an all-star game. Please.
Like the NBA is.
The thing with and we've had this discussion, I think the thing with the all-star game is, especially in the NHL, is it's fun for the people who are sitting in the stands. like when was the last time you actually enjoyed watching an NHL All-Star game? It's been a while.
I
2010.
enjoyed the hardest shot, and that's it.
And that's because Weber's in there.
No, it just
Or just
I
in
like
general?
hardest- Yeah, and I've
Oh,
always
okay.
liked it in general.
Okay, so you like that one competition and that's it, right?
They got
Right.
rid of the shootout competition because it was fun,
Yeah.
I like the draft. That was fun.
and they got rid of that.
They
too.
got rid of
was
that
fun.
too.
They got rid of every fun thing about the All-Star game.
They traded Phil Kessel for Tyler Sagan again. They
that was great.
They
Messing
picked-
in the car.
yeah, right. So I like just please don't do it. I beg
Yeah.
you.
It's like another money thing because like I remember
Yeah.
the NBA too. They're losing a bit of money and it's crazy. Like LeBron James even said like, yeah, this is that would be stupid.
Right.
Like no, that's like a super spreader right there.
LeBron's the man. I love him. Just isn't afraid to say anything.